Thank you for tuning into the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and interdimensional seer. Together, they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources. Make sure to post your questions and comments below. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today in Disclosures. We have some new information that has come up from Peter the Insider, and so we're going to have that discussion and add more to the information regarding the 10 grams that were stolen and the effect of what's happening. You know, we had already informed everyone about this before. And so, you know, we're going to further this discussion right now. So without further delay, we're going to get into it. Hello, Peter.
I want to say hello to you and to all of our regular, maybe not so regular listeners.
Okay, Peter. So you started to inform me today about some of the new findings that you've had. And you brought up this Vela incident. And if you don't mind, I'm going to read this through so people understand what this is.
Yes, that will be very good because okay, I let you read through that because we will get to the point.
Okay, so the Vela incident, also known as the South Atlantic Flash, was an unidentified double flash of light detected by an American Vela hotel satellite on the 22nd of September in 1979 near the Prince Edward Islands in the Indian Ocean. The cause of the flash remains officially unknown, and some information about the event remains classified by the U.S. government. While it has been suggested that the signal could have been caused by a meteoroid hitting the satellite, the previous 41 double flashes detected by the Vela satellites were caused by nuclear weapons tests. Today, most independent researchers believe that the 1979 flash was caused by a nuclear explosion, perhaps an undeclared nuclear test carried out by South Africa and Israel. So the detection flash was detected in this date at 0:53 UTC by the American Vela satellite, OPS 6911, also known as Vela 10 and Vela 5B, which were carried various sensors designed to detect nuclear explosions that contravened the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. In addition, being able to detect gamma rays, X-rays, and neutrons, the satellite also contained two silicon solid-state bang meter sensors that could detect the dual light flashes associated with an atmospheric nuclear explosion. The initial brief, intense flash, followed by a second longer flash. And then the satellite reported a double flash. So that, you know, they kind of are repeating some of the information, but this is what they gathered, and the event was made public in the United States Department of Defense, clarified that it was either a bomb blast or a combination of natural phenomena such as lightning, a meteor, or a glint from the sun. The initial assessment by the United States Security Council, the technical support by the Naval Research Laboratory in October of 1979 was that the American intelligence community had high confidence that the event was a low-yield nuclear explosion, although no radioactive debris has been detected and there was no corroborating seismic or hydroacoustic data. In later NSC report revised this position to inconclusive about whether a nuclear test had occurred. The same report concluded that if a nuclear test had been carried out, responsibility could have been ascribed to the Republic of South Africa. So, you know, I mean, there's more here regarding the Office of Science and Technology Evaluation. And,
yes, that's kind of interesting but long. I don't want to say story because story can be faked, I mean made up, but revelation. What is technically not revelation because it's not that new, but what means respectively what we need to consider and be what should be center of our attention is low yield from approximately 2 or 3 kilotons. What is very interesting, because yes, it's true, it can be, and that's the stuff, can be approximately 3 kilotons. What is not big deal, really not big deal. That means 20% of a little boy in Hiroshima. What is big deal, and believe me, very big deal, we know in ACIO and technically our network, that means ACIO's network of military intelligence officers, both, that means active and retired, that Israel made as first and the only one country highly sophisticated and very unique, not one, series of highly sophisticated and very unique nuclear, not weapons, because it is not a weapon, it is like multi-staged, they are multi-stage staged nuclear devices. They can practically even within moment of explosion dramatically and rapidly change their explosion yield. And it isn't like because of some accident or whatever. No, they can be programmed like that. And no single country except Israel have something like it. Neither US, neither Russia, that means former Soviet Union, either France, I don't know, United Kingdom, Pakistan or India, those countries, they are armed and equipped with nuclear weapons. Why we are talking about this? Of course, it's normal and very obvious question. Because we know from valuable and of course secret sources, then within Mossad, can we go please to Mossad? And I don't know, do you want to talk about that? I mean, do you want to read some characteristics, or I don't know,
it would be a good idea, just in case people are not familiar with it.
Give me a second, please. We will go. I'm talking as a notice this. I'm saying as a notice for our listeners, because we need to go to all of this content, all of this stuff, in order to make, let's call it, better clarification. So you are good to go.
Okay, so The Mossad, for those who are not familiar with them, is an institute for intelligence and special operations, is the National Intelligence Agency of Israel, and it is one of the main entities in the Israeli intelligence community, along with Amman, military intelligence, and Shin Bet, internal security. The Mossad is responsible for intelligence collection, covert operations, counterterrorism. Its director answers directly only to the prime minister, and the annual budget is estimated to be around 10 billion shekels, which is approximately 2.73 billion, and it is estimated that employs around 7,000 people directly, making it one of the world's largest espionage agencies, unlike other security bodies such as Israeli Army and the Israel Security Agency. Its purpose, objectives, roles, missions, powers, or budget have not been defined in any law. So essentially it's like another, like you say, CIA, but it's over in Israel.
Yes, you are right. Pretty much, yes. Some sort of Israeli version of CIA. Yes, you are right. Yes.
Okay. And so, well, when we talk about the Vela incident, so it was a combination of Israel and South Africa that were doing some testing. And I think all nations have probably tested that have nuclear weapons, because you have to test weapons, right? So it looks like Soviet Union,
you are right.
India,
You
Pakistan,
are right.
France. But the Vela incident was particular to South Africa and Israel.
Yes, you are right. But nobody ever tested such sophisticated nuclear device as what we've got in ACIO. It is very stable. That means you don't need to use such a complicated stuff, as fog bank is, for example. It is in fog bank. It's let's say slang word for if we go to nuclear warheads, W67 or 76. I don't want to mess around with you right now. And this extremely complicated chemical compound. They used very easy, let's say, very easy to manufacture and to maintain stuff. Of course, it is top secret. I mean, what is made from, and this is it. Less is more. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And they've got very big achievement. What do you mean? Okay. And they've got very big achievement and interesting achievement, and they can do pretty much everything what they want with this nuclear device. It's small, lightweight, and agile. You don't need to have any specific and big, like cargo, army airplane and all kind of that stuff. Do you know what I'm trying to say? This is it, at least from my point of view, strategic, advantage.
So you're saying that they've never tested this element, this nuclear weapon?
Give me a second. I am saying that they tested it, but it is so simple that nobody believe that they can use such a, let's say, silly, easy to manufacture and to maintain stuff. And they did so. They were like, okay, let's do it. It's worth a try. And it happened. It worked. And what we know, it is very interesting that it worked. And they tested. And they tested it in that day, September 27th, 79. And they can go from 3 kilotons, and believe me or not, 3 megatons, what is 1,000 higher yield. It is crazy. It is crazy. Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's so much that's been invested in making weapons on this planet instead of helping people. I guess people are just disposable and the weapons are easy, you know?
Yes,
Like,
from this point of view, yes. So it is this we can call it a fog bank, because as I said, this was crazy. In 2007, when the American army wants to modernize, and some nuclear warheads need to be modernized, another of them refurbished. And it was, I'm talking about W76 warheads. And that's the stuff that there was this extremely complicated and touchy to work with chemical compound. They were calling in slang language fog bang. And in this time, when they started to do so in 2007, they get to one very unpleasant conclusion. There was no plans for this fog bank compound. Respectively, there was, or they were, but they were top secret, sealed for, let's say, forever. The plans and blueprints or whatever, they were available were pretty much for nothing, like useless. And all of the scientists and officers they were doing this project was either retired or dead. So it took, believe me or not, it took 3 separated attempts and more than $120 million to recover what this fog bank is. And that's the problem. It's like, okay, it's fine, you've got certain stuff, what is good, but sometimes, as I said, more is less. This material, what makes possible this Israeli nuclear weapon to, like that, within blink
which
of
one
eye.
is that? What's the name of that one, Peter?
What do you mean?
The Israeli nuclear weapon.
This weapon is highly secret, and they pretty much don't have particular name. They don't have particular name.
Okay.
I don't know. They don't have particular name for it. What we know is that it's very easy to build, very easy to maintain, and it can do, let's say, wonderful things. It is crazy. Yep, look at that. This is it what I'm talking about. Vela incident. Yep. This is it.
This is called the Holy of Holies. I thought maybe I would get some images.
But
maybe
long story short, what we know is fact that why I'm talking about that, because about Vela incident, about Mossad, because within Mossad is small group of active agents and another employees. They are, let's say, led or leaded by one particular individual named Eli Rizov. We don't have any single picture of him. What is interesting, just by the way, too. And he's very good friend of, try to guess who? Try to guess who? Of John Lynch, aka Martin Burke. Yeah, no, yeah, of Martin Burke. Yes, that's true. Of Martin Burke and Deckard Shaw. We know who Deckard Shaw is, I think. Respectively, I think we know who Deckard Shaw is. Yep, we know who Deckard Shaw is, I think. And fact is that, of course, they've got another strong player, Roman Barkov. So we need to make some sort of order. Martin Burke or John Lynch, call him as you like, is from US. Deckard Shaw is from UK. Eli Rizov is from Israel, and Roman Barkov is from Russia. So that's it. That's pretty much it. And they are cooperating, and they want to, and that's the question. Did they want to make some sort of nuclear detonation? We can only pray that they are not that stupid and they don't want. But what we know, that there is another strong player, let's say European scale player, like he's big deal in Europe. Peter Toth. Yes, we can. Yep. Nope. There was this picture. I think I sent the picture of you. Yeah, I sent picture of him. He's from my country, from Slovakia. He worked. He's not working right now. From SIS, that means Slovak Information Service. And since the March or April, I don't know. I think it was like a March 2018. He organized few. That means series of 24. Okay, if we need to be honest, series of 24 events when various people from, like information services and agencies met in one particular flat, conspiracy flat, what it was set up from SIS side and on Vazovova Street. I mean, did I send this? I think I sent this map for you, or didn't I?
Yep, you
You
did.
sent me that I did.
That
Yep.
one?
Yep. Yes.
Or is it?
It is. Oh no. Yes, it is in Bratislava. That means capital, Slovakia's capital city. Yep. And this is pretty much it. What happened? 24 meetings of high-ranked intelligence and information organizations and agencies from different parts of the world, different states and countries, right? And that was the stuff they created. That was the roots. They were the roots. How they created chaos in Slovakia. And it isn't like if political situation is good or bad or whatever, but there is chaos because people don't know who to trust and who they can't, they can and who they can't. And in November 2020, the special commando stole 10 grams of unspecified, extremely lethal compound. In other words, say warfare, biochemical warfare from DUMB, that means deep underground, pardon me, deep underground military bases, and it was from the entrance in the village Čierna Voda, that means black water. Can we zoom in just a little bit more, please? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah. This is it. Because this DUMB is big, but this is the best way how to get this within pretty much within the small village Čierna Voda, that means black water. It's the best way how to get the chemical lab, pretty much, if we want to call it that way. Chemical lab part, do you know what I mean? And then they stole these 10 grams, and then they respectively, they tried to start spray small amount, extremely small amount of those particles within the chemtrails on US East Coast. We can be happy that the squad 374, what is technically, we can call it that way, its official name, not name, but code number. The Lincoln's Clay Squad Unit 374, they prevent it. And that's the question
Anthony?
is...
That's Anthony as well? Anthony Zender?
Yeah, technically Anthony. Yeah, Anthony Zender is in there too. And the stuff is, they are very furious. They are in fury because they want to get this agent, this biochemical warfare agent, to spray as like as fast as they can and all kind of that stuff. We can be happy that it doesn't happen yet, you know. So the stuff is what we will do against it, because, for example, they misused, and I'm not surprised because they are like that. They misused Typhon, and I think the next show will be about chemtrails and Typhon. What do you think, Jessica?
Yeah, I think that would be helpful because originally we were perceiving Typhon as being the bad guy, but we found out from the Intergalactic Council that it was others that were using the vehicle of Typhon to chemtrail, and so it wasn't
Yeah.
actually them.
Technically, if they are doing chemtrails, then with good intentions, you know. Once they are doing chemtrails, because I mean, in their reality, they are doing chemtrails, but with good intentions, you know.
But explain that because a lot of people don't want them at all. Why is it that we would need chemtrails?
Give me a second. You mean in our reality? You mean?
Yeah. Why would anyone feel that we needed chemtrails? What advantage or benefit would this help other than because it's bringing in heavy metals and causing people to be sick?
Technically, in our reality, you are right. That's true. But in their reality, they are spraying certain soils. I mean, easy soils, or that means like aerosols. They are calling it easy soils, but technically it is aerosol, you know, and it is impacting climate. That means like clouds, whatever, you know, because we made a lot of damage, you know, a lot of damage to the climate. I mean, before even the start of Second World War, right? And they are trying to reverse it. That's it. Of course, there are no for example, there are no atomic weapons. I mean, nuclear devices in their reality, for example. But yes, they are using nuclear power plants. But there were no nuclear accidents, for example. Another, you know, difference.
Well, I just found out that there was a nuclear power plant near me that has some cracks because of the just the wear and tear of the weather on the cement that they're created out of. But yeah, you know, they're still dangerous even naturally when no one does anything bad to them. It's just you have to keep track of what's happening and take care of them.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and
You need to be super careful with that. I know. Yeah.
yeah, there was someone that is involved in like Kruger, and he contacted me and said that he had a memory or a dream that he was in another reality and there were orange chemtrails, and he said everyone was running to get a mask because people that were inhaling it were spitting up this like yellow orangey stuff, and it was obviously very toxic, like the like what you talked about the last time we did a show, Agent Orange or
Agent
something.
Orange, yep.
Yeah. So he had a recall of that from a dream. Do you know where that is, or was that a reality that we didn't have to go through?
Yeah. We didn't have to go through this reality. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
So we have Typhon then to talk about further, and all of this is still you're in pursuit of finding or retrieving back these 10 grams. I know that you said the Kruger agents or squad unit 374 Lincoln.
374. Yep. But
Um,
we need to like repeat it and repeat it. It's Lincoln's clay squat. Yep.
yes. And so what did he retrieve the 10 grams, or did he just, fix what damage that they did?
No, they stole actually stole the 10 grams, and they are transporting it, let's say, in place where it will be safe. Let's call it that
Well,
way.
that's good. So, all right. So then the um, S- Slovakia has retrieved the 10 grams back, and we're no longer in danger of that.
It is not in Slovakia because I mean this quotes in quotes small package worldwide danger. It's not in Slovakia because I think it that kind of level of instability what we have in my country, I don't think it will be in good place. To be very honest with you.
Did you put it in the United States?
No, I don't want to be more specific about that.
Okay. Just letting us know whether or not we're in danger
No,
over here
give
too.
me a second. It is fine. It is fine.
Okay.
Believe me, it is fine. It is fine. We can be happy at least about that. Yeah. We can be happy at least about that. Yeah.
Okay, because a lot of people were putting their intention to try to help us in that area. Because of the last show, they used their energy and their
Do you know
positive.
what? I was actually very surprised. Sorry, I mean pleasantly surprised, because we've got our experts, and this is frustrating. Look at that. You got experts. At least I believe that. Hey, you are expert in this field, and they cannot create hive mind. What in the world is that? You know what I mean? It's.
So these people actually helped. I believe they helped.
It isn't like actually help. It was like big time. I was shocked. I mean, positively shocked.
Yeah.
It is very good. Very, very, very good. I mean,
We
like,
get some powerful listeners, Peter. Very powerful listeners. They're good people.
and this is it. This is it. It isn't about quantity. It is about quality.
Right.
Yeah,
And we've
because
got quality.
we don't need to have big numbers or whatever.
No, we're getting the job done, and that's the important part. And but we still have a lot more work to do. The world is still being, guided by the
How we can call
the
it
elite, the Illuminati, and the big pharma, and all of these others, the corporations. So
I like the term big pharma. I like the term.
yeah, I should call them evil pharma, because that's pretty much what they're dishing
Do you
out
know
these
what?
days.
Actually, that's better.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like this better. I like this better. Yeah.
the distributors of poison. So
Yeah.
I just we still have a lot of work to do, but I'm happy that that part was taken care of. And it's interesting that you have a combination of people now. So you bring in these individuals from Call of Duty. So there's Rowan Barkov.
Yep.
And
But technically, this is it.
Lynch.
He's real person. He's a real person, and Dekacho, of course, is real person. But the question is, how the heck is possible that we don't have any picture of Eli Rizov? It's weird.
And
It's like,
this one
go
right
ahead.
here too is someone else that people have brought up multiple times, is Owen Shaw.
Yeah, that's true. He's weirdo too. It's like, what? Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, so I've heard even just recently someone brought up the name Owen to me, and I know we had multiple problems from Owen, and then of course Hattie Shaw.
Oh no, don't.
Yep. All right. I won't do it because we don't want
Yeah.
to draw attention from her.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're all family. Okay. So Deckard Shaw is the oldest brother of Owen and Hattie.
Yeah, Hattie.
And so I mean, these are the actors,
And
actresses, whatever.
she can get very very mad once you will call her Heather. Don't call me Heather. Oh man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And they also talk about Cypher too. See, I mean, there's everyone's here.
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting. So that's kind of stuff
Peter, who is
because
Mr. Nobody?
try to guess. Mr. Nobody works for. Okay, I think you need to know it. You deserve to know it. He works for us.
Oh, okay. He works for the
Russell.
ACIO.
Yeah. You guys worth to know it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Mr. Nobody.
What division? The 12th division?
Actually, yeah, you were right.
Yeah. I haven't told people, but I had before all this came out, I ended up getting onto a spacecraft that was related
Yeah, I think this
to Lynch.
encounter, you need to talk about this encounter. Go ahead.
Yeah, I felt like there was someone that I cared about was like a friend or something that I cared about. I was on this ship and they were putting up a partition trying to block the door, and there was a woman there, and I said I need to go inside. And she said it's closed now, and I said I'm going inside. And she opened up and I saw my friend sitting on a couch, and then I went. They said that they couldn't, they were told they weren't allowed to leave, and I said, well, let me find out why. And I went to the front. I went through a door and went to the front, and there was a partition there, and there was a medical doctor performing a sex act on this politician who was laying on a cot. And immediately I turned back around. I went to get my friend to get that person out of there. And as I was heading back, there were two men, approximately 7 feet tall, and they were dressed up as if they were acting as if they were men in black, but I know the men in black, and they wouldn't attack me. So, but they were posing as if they were, and they were wearing these like grayish or blue suits. And one of them sprayed something at me, and immediately my vision started to go away, like not like I couldn't see, but rather they were pushing me out of reality, out of the reality. But in my peripheral vision, I could still see the room, but they tried to push me out, and then I pulled myself back in and went and grabbed my friend and got off the ship. And then I saw the ship flipped upside down. And then it disappeared. I didn't see it anymore. But I found out that that was part of Lynch's group that was involved.
Yes, you can be happy that you was out of the ship. You was able to make out somehow in one piece from this ship.
Yeah, I know, because I think it disintegrated
Yeah,
after.
give me a second. Actually, didn't you have some sort of necklace or so?
I don't know. I
Because
didn't.
no, why? You should have something like that, or
A
not?
necklace? Not that I was
Yeah,
aware of.
it is. It is sad.
They almost just threw me out of the reality, just like with a little spray.
Yeah,
That
because necklace in necklace or or uh, with bracelet, and there should be this. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Did you send me something?
No, I'm talking. If this, if this,
Like an ACIO Division 6 necklace? Are you saying something like that?
yes, like bracelet or necklace, and there should be this. Do you remember first MIB, Men in Black? And technically, the fact is that there was this serious small galaxy this cat have. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you should have something like that. Please don't tell me you haven't. It's not fair.
I'm sure I have it. I just don't think about myself when I'm running a mission or doing something.
No, you should get it. Because technically without this we will miss information. Ah, man.
Well, maybe we can talk about it later. I don't know.
Do you know
I'm sh
what, people? This is very interesting because we are recording show and we are talking about it live, unplanned stuff,
yeah.
totally
Yeah.
unplanned. But I
Yeah.
like it. I
Yeah,
like
because they
unplanned
almost
stuff.
knocked me out. They almost pulled me out of the reality, but I mean, I was able to get back in or not get pulled out all the way
Give me a
because
second. Actually, they are using this spray. This spray, you know. Try to guess why.
well, it was easier than having to use a weapon. I mean, they didn't want, I guess they didn't want to kill me. They just wanted to get me out of there or make me forget that I was there.
Give me a second. I'm saying what I am saying, right? Fact is that they can use this spray for change density. So that means they can make some sort of, let's say, phase shifting within reality or dimension or whatever.
Yeah.
And it looks, or for you it looks like that, like you was wiped out of the reality, but you wasn't.
No,
But yeah. Hmm. And
no,
this is it.
I know what
This
you're
is
saying. Yeah. Yep.
and this is it what I love in recording our shows, on recording our shows, that people, you never know what you will meet. Oh, I love this.
I
Just by
think,
recording the shows.
I think that, these battles are happening on another level and it's hard for people to comprehend it unless you're actually experiencing it. But it's happening there, and these players, they figure out how to interact this way, and then there are those that know how to, or kind of go into those fields. So it sounds like fantasy to some people, but when you're actually in it, you're like, wow, I mean, what's the difference between this reality and that reality? There really doesn't feel like much of a difference. Right, Peter?
If someone don't believe that, screw it, to be perfectly honest. I'm just saying, for me it's like, you know. mm.
Do you want to, can you say anything about what's going on in our reality? I mean, are we making any progress or it just looks like things?
Yeah, we are getting close, very close to merging point with second reality.
Okay. And
So
that's with
what,
the
you are not
axis.
happy about that?
Well, it seems like every single day they come out with new restrictions and new weird guidelines. And, people can't go to the grocery store or they can't, just very strange things. And I would love to see it end very soon, to be honest with you.
You are not the only one, but I'm just saying
No.
we need to hold till these days. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Stay strong.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Peter,
Exactly.
is there anything else that you want to share, or
I think this is it for today. What do you think, isn't it?
okay, that sounds good.
So I want to say thank you for another opportunity to be on your channel. I want to say big thank you for our listeners to uh, be with us till the end of the show, and I'm looking forward for next time. Hold tight and bye bye.
Okay, and thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe, and I appreciate your financial as well as your emotional support. I know quite a few people have been trying to contact me. We've been obviously very busy because of what's been going on, and I will be catching up with messages. Thanks again. Have a good day. Stay well, stay strong. And thank you so much for supporting us in our intentions to stop some of these things that are happening. You're doing an amazing job, and we do appreciate you. Have a good day.
You have been listening to the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Marrocco. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Visit www.acio-agency.org and www.readingsbyarael.com. Post your questions and comments below. We look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to support our work. All links can be found in the description. Thank you.